Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name's James and today we're working on my new folding layout, new Leycastle again. This time we're doing pretty much all the electrics. So if we look over here, I've pretty much got all the bits and pieces that I need, apart from two more of these capacity units which should be arriving later today, if they don't mess up my order again. That's the reason why I've got just one. But hopefully they'll arrive later today. If not, I'll just leave the wiring in place for them, but hopefully fit them a bit later. But yes, I've got all the point motors, which I have bought some new ones. I've also got some old ones which I'm repurposing. Hopefully they will work just fine. I've also got the frog juicers, so they will have no issues because I'm not relying on the switches for these, and some of them don't even have them. Fitting in the switchboard, I decided to get a pre-made one this time just because it was easier and I should be able to screw it in screw it in somewhere. Probably put it either here or on the side. I haven't quite decided, but I'm just basically just screwing it in, and yeah, that'll do. It's going to go underneath where the tunnel would be, because this would be where the tunnel will be, and yeah, I figured this would probably be a nice spot for it. So I'll pop you back over here, and yeah, these are just capacity units from the same company which makes these, and yeah, hopefully when the other two arrive I'll be able to pop these in. These are very nice capacity units, and yeah, should be able to power at least 4 points with that. Anyway, here is the layout for the actual layout. I only need 3 capacity units, however I'm going to put them all onto the same side of the baseboard, which is this one. Originally was going to put them onto 2 of them onto this side, but I decided all the important electronics would be on this side of the board and just have wires going into here, which means there will be, well, luckily I have got some holes for the wires. Hopefully I've got enough space for them, but I will have to work out a mechanism to make sure that the wires can contract and stretch out as needed when the layout folds up, or basically just make it so they can be disconnected. Either way, haven't quite worked it out. I'll see how things go. But yeah, I've got 10 auto frogs, 11 point motors, 3 PDUs. I don't know why I nearly bought 4. So 6 switches, but there's only 7. But luckily this one has 8, so I have 1 spare to find a use for later on. And yeah, just me figuring out the wiring. That's meant to be a line there. I just misplaced it for some reason, but this will be slightly different. So these points will be all controlled by this capacity unit, these ones by that one, and all of these into that one. So yeah, hopefully that will work. Anyway, I have got some fans nearby because well, it's going to be quite warm today, as it has been because it's, well, summer. So hopefully I don't melt to death, but I do hope to get this all done today because well, I have to do a tip run tomorrow, so yes. Hopefully all done today. If not, I'll do a little bit tomorrow and it'll be all done and dusted, and I can pop the layout back into there, and then buy all the bits ready for doing all the scenery. It would be nice to do, because at the moment it's still just a bit of wood with some track nailed to it and some ballast. But oh yeah, and I have sorted out the ballast over here, so yeah, that's done. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping on and get all the electrics done. Oh, and connecting all the drop wires, that's also important. Yes, that's over there. Anyway, I'll stop yapping on and get to work, so I'll see you in a bit. Right, here we are with the wiring nearly all done. I have to say nearly all done because yeah, for some reason the point motors aren't working yet. I do have to diagnose the issue, but in theory it works. I do need to screw in some of them wires because I realised I put them the wrong way around. But yes, I've got my multimeter here, so I'll be doing this over the week, hopefully getting at least part of it working. But as I said, it's in theory it works once I've figured out what I've wired up wrong. But yeah, I didn't record too much of the ending of it because it is roasting my room. It gets in to about 30 degrees quite often every day, and yeah. And then with the camera on, and yeah, it gets a bit much. So yes, I'll do this over the week or over the month, however long it takes me to work out how to fix the problem. But in theory, it is all wired up properly somewhere. I'll have to double check it. For these wires, I'm trying to think of ways to make it so they pull themselves out of the way. Otherwise, I'm just going to do it manually anyway, and yeah, just deal with it that way. But anyway, that's going to be it for me, because if you probably tell by the sun there, it is already roasting my room. I've had to turn one of my fans off just so that you can hear me, and the other one is blowing, well, it's pointing in the wrong direction, unfortunately, because I'm sat on the floor. But but yeah, this will work by next video. I'll make sure of that. It may take me a little while, but I'll make sure it's at least somewhat working by next video. Oh, and I need to wire in the controller power cable, which I forgot to do. That one's easy. I know that one. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's kind of awkward sometimes, but yeah. Oh well. Right, a little update for the end of the video, as I have actually been playing around with this for a little while now. Do mind the darkness, it's bright outside, so but yes, I have been checking over the wiring, and as far as I can tell, despite it being a complete utter mess, yeah, it should work fine. However, I have been checking out the wiring of the control panel. Ooh, that's on the bed. There we go. Yeah, this. Yeah, the wiring on that is completely, well, strange. Because each of these middle sockets, they were all connected. So, don't know why that was doing that. And for some reason, I can't work out why. Well, as you can tell, well, as you may not be able to tell with the lighting, but yeah, I have grinded away at the connections on the top, just so that they're not connected anymore. And now I'm confused on why, well, each of the ones on the same well, switch group now still seem to be connected, and I can't work out why. So I may need to order some new switches to make sure that they're all completely separate, because I don't trust this anymore. But yeah, it's a bit of a problem, but yeah, I think the issue is down to this, because the rest of it, getting caught on the bed again. Yeah, the rest of it, as far as I can tell, is as it should be, because with my multimeter, it's telling me even this singular point motor, which is on its own, it's only wired into one place, is still connected to the other ones. And the only place they have in common is this wire. And even when I take out this wire from the capacitor unit, it still tells me it's connected. So you tell me that one. So yeah, I think the problem may be the switchboard here. I don't know for certain, but that's my best case scenario. But yeah, it may actually take me a bit longer than I thought, as I need to now buy new parts. So yes, I'll be working on this on the background, in the background, and I'll still continue on with the layout otherwise. So next bit of the layout is just the ground and scenery and stuff like that. So yes, I will get this working. I know it looks a complete mess and some of the wires aren't in at the moment, but yeah, it's going to take me a little while. Hopefully it'll be done by the next video. If not, well, don't worry, it will eventually be done. And I still need to connect up the power. Oh well. Anyway, that's it for the edit. And yeah, I'll see you all again next time. So take care now. Bye-bye.